Hey, hello, Star Voyagers. Welcome back. Sorry, late start, rushed in, and yeah. Hey, I made some more money in game. It's like I can do that in game. I'm all right at that in game. So, hope everyone's doing all right. Car survived yesterday. Stream didn't happen. Did get back in the afternoon, but it was late enough to be a loss on my end. But still been doing a few things in game. So we've got a few things to catch up on. Week 2, the community event started. Started and finished. Behaved a little differently, and this time I can't show you anything because it's already gone from the journal. Gone. The community event last week had everybody portal through a special portal to a system that was overcrowded, overrun, spammed up to loot salvage tech and get a special loot item, hex cores, to turn in a special vendor for some special stuff. In many cases, people were unable to complete that or complete enough of it to get the things they wanted. Reasons for that. But week 2, one would hope, at least I hoped, week 2 would be relatively bug-free, open-ended, and anybody who wanted to could catch up and get all the stuff they wanted off the vendor that they couldn't get during the first week because things were so buggy. Well, it was only partially true. They came up with a much easier mechanic for week 2. Instead of digging up salvage tech, spawns of which can be sort of sporadic and rare, they had you feed animals, and then when they poop, instead of coprite, it would be hexite. Well, it sure is easy to feed a whole bunch of animals. In fact, once you feed one, more will come hang around you. They'll bring their friends, they'll stick around, you can feed them repeatedly. Feeding animals is really no big deal. So that was a pretty easy mechanic for week 2. Feed 25 animals. Proceed, trade it in to Polo. Well, last week, we were encouraged by Polo to get a lot more than the 25 we needed to complete the initial quest. Get more Quicksilver, get more stuff from the vendor. So, of course, the same logic applies, right? Sort of. Again, sort of. Feed 25 creatures, and you keep feeding, you keep getting hexite. But it turns out you never turn in the hexite. Or I might be confusing the names of the things. Hex cores last week, hexite this week. But you never turn in the hexite. It builds up in stacks, like a mineral, to 250 in your inventory. So you never actually trade that in. What you trade in is you fed 25 creatures and it checked the box. So when you trade in, you're trading in 25. It doesn't matter if you feed 25, 50, or 100. Initially, feed 25 and then trade it in. I made the mistake of standing around filling my inventory with stacks of hexite, and then found out that I couldn't turn them in and I only got credit for 25, and I had to start the next 25 from scratch after that. It didn't matter that I had fed 250 animals. I got credit for 25 when I cashed it in. Greetings, brother. Right back at ya. You're the first one here. Hey, man. Ranting away about stuff in the community event this week. Hey, Chronic. Still broken. Yeah, I was just talking about that. I was just talking about the new event. How is it broken for you, man? So I was able to complete the initial 25, and even though I probably fed another 200 creatures, you only get credit for the 25 initially. Then the counter kind of it goes up again from 25. You can get to 50, you can get to 75. Well, as it turns out, the event caps at 100. Like, once you have fed 100 creatures, Polo says, no, I don't need any more data on poop. Sorry, thank you, but sorry, no more. And checks the quest off, and it's gone from your inventory. Gone, gone, gone. So there is a max, there is a cap on how much you can even do with week 2. And it's feed 100 creatures. Which comes out to, God, I don't know. It was not enough Quicksilver to catch up on stuff you missed last week if you couldn't get everything because last week was so bugged. You got one animal to shit out Hexite. After that, it turned back into Coprite. Well, that stinks. It doesn't matter how much Hexite you get. You never turn in the Hexite. You end up selling the Hexite to a vendor. Polo doesn't take the Hexite. Polo just wants you to feed animals, and it goes ding, ding, ding. You feed 25, you get credit. You can feed a max of 100, and that's it. End of story. So that sucks. I'm sorry that you keep getting boned on this stuff. Again, man. Again. So they did add a new helmet, a new emote, and some new decals and some new statues, same as last week. But if you couldn't get everything last week you wanted, even if you do everything you can this week, you can't catch up. That's not very nice. That's not a great mechanic. I'm not impressed. Here's the new emote. Would be more fun if everybody could get it. Yeah, I'm just unfortunate. It's not checking the box off either. You're not getting credit, and I assume you mean in the system. I can't even go back to that system. I assume I haven't checked if it's on a teleporter. I assume I can't teleport there. Whispers spill from the sharp edges of the artifact, recounting the dreams and memories of the Korvax echoes in my mother tongue. 100 million casing lights were dimmed. The great disconnection destroyed all that went before. The Korvax echoes became screams. Years stretched like millennia amidst the disarray, yet slowly hope was reborn through logic. Chronic, I just hope they do fix your save. I know you're not prepared to start a new one. Hope they fix it. I know in the patch notes, most recent ones, there was some mention of fixes for corrupted saves, and I don't know if the kind of stuff that you're running into even falls into the categories they're working on. Maybe not, but I mean, they are still working on stuff that has kept people with existing saves from being able to play or get back. A fix for getting people back to their galaxies, implementing stuff like that. Well, we don't have to keep talking about it. Nada still won't take milestones. So what? I got a really small question. Does base computer archives go on forever? I mean, does it just keep sending you for more data? Does it actually end? I thought it ended at some point, but it's just on a 6-hour loop now of sending me back to, I think, the same place over and over again. There is a little bit of lore still popping out of the computer, though, on the other end, so I don't know. Wild spawns of star bulbs and fungus mold and cacti and stuff like that, they do respawn. I know some of you may know that, but there was some debate about whether or not they respawn, and I have put some bases by a few and gone back to check them, and they've regrown. So they do. However, if you drop a teleporter, even if you're not dropping a teleporter in the middle of the spawn, if you drop it near the spawn, there's a good chance it will touch, underground maybe, it will touch the spawn and break the spawn. But be very careful if you put a teleporter down near a wild spawn of cactus or fungus or whatever. So yesterday, sorry about being a no-show. I had to do some stuff with the car in the morning. Didn't get back till the afternoon, late enough. It was just didn't work for me to stream at that point. But I think the car is okay. Didn't blow up. It said, "Warning, I'm about to blow up," but it didn't blow up. It's good. I keep taking missions off the mission board. What do you do with all the warp cells? At this point, I'm getting out of just Atlas containers. I did not make these warp cells. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Okay, I've been looting warp cells and antimatter containment. They don't seem to show up on trade terminals. Like, I can't sell them. Is there a way to sell warp cells? I don't think there is. But I have been making craftables. I've been doing mission board missions. I get a lot of loot, and I've also been collecting, you know. Hey, Lamia! Hugs right back. I hope you're good out there. Glad you could make it. I'm not sure where my brain's at, or if I'll be able to focus much today. We'll see. Still alive. Yeah. So I haven't joined the Billionaires Club yet, but past halfway. 661 million and counting. Keep ending up with lots of the materials. And just needing to collect a few things, like, okay, I better go get this and this, then I can make some quantum processors, then I can make more stuff and go cash in. Hey, howdy, boss. Yeah, thank you for the bits. What's the word? You're doing all right out there. Is it Friday? It's Friday, isn't it? Well, I hope the weekend brings good things for everyone. I hope it brings a weekend. So last night, I left the game running when I went to sleep. And then woke up when something was trying to kill me. But what was going on was I was trying to I finally understand why people say the extreme hazard milestone is such a pain. Extreme survival. Where you have to go 32 souls. Really, I should have let it tick over to 33. It would have looked cooler. You have to go 32 souls on Extreme Worlds. And it's not cumulative. You have to spend 32 souls, which is one soul is 15 minutes. You have to spend 8 hours without leaving an extreme planet. Now, as of a certain patch, 155, that's what I read, used to be different. But now, if you leave the extreme planet, it doesn't say it here, but the timer resets. So let's say you left the planet at 31 souls. It wouldn't go back to 0 here. It would say 31 of 32. But when you went back to an extreme planet, that number's not going up. until you have spent an additional 31 souls without going anywhere, and then it'll go tick, 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 32, ding. So, I decline to answer that, please. I don't want to talk about it. The souls, just please, let's move on really fast, please, clear the screen. Oh man, I don't do well with that, please. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to jump. It's not your doing for asking, but I can't answer that. Play like some asshole politician. I'm sorry, I can't answer that. Sorry, I'll be back in a minute or two.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Trying to process. Thank you, boss. Thank you very much. So, thank you for supporting and sticking around through all the craziness. It all just, it all just disappears one day. You all know I cracked. More than I already have. If that happens, I will, let you all know somehow. Not me anymore, I just am. So, I guess this is where I'm at anymore. Sorry, I can't really think now. I'm standing on this hauler because I was looking at it. It's pretty. Also expensive. I wanted to get some advice on haulers. The S-Class haulers are about 110 million. Large hauler. Not that I want to fly one. I want to get your opinion on the practicality. What is the most practical size, cost? What hauler should you buy if you just want to really use it for storage? I mean, I don't want to buy an ugly one because I don't want to buy an ugly one. And we don't necessarily need an S-Class because I'm not necessarily trying to fly it. So what's the sweet spot if you're trying to use one for storage? Do you want a large C or a B with like 43, 44 slots? Because those are around 60 million compared to 100 or 110. I mean, this is an A. This is nice. I like it. It's kind of pretty too. The Burning Mistress. But it's 102 million. 47 plus 8, and an S-Class would be 48 plus 12. Well, alright, I suppose I should just hold out for the S-Class, right? Even though I'm not going to fly it, because I can afford it now. So hold out, spend the extra money. You can get an A with, okay, good to know. I guess I probably knew that rattling around somewhere, that you can get an A with basically the same inventory stats as an S. Thank you. So, but anyways, the point is more, do you think I should just hold out for an S anyways, or should I buy a B or a C that cost half? A is not really practical. If I were going to get an A, I should hold out for an S. It's pretty shit, isn't it? Actually, looks like it could do some, do a proper VTOL at that size. So I'm not too picky. I don't have a favorite hauler. Lots of the haulers look cool to me, and some of them look really silly to me. I kind of like the look of some of the small ones. See, look at that. There's the B. It has 47 slots. It's only one slot short on inventory. And if I want to use it for storage, the tech slots don't matter. Remember? Tech slots don't matter. I'm not trying to fly it. I was going to use it for inventory. I just want a pretty one. So if I'm not going to get an S-Class, I'm thinking a B, like that, or even a C, which only has a couple slots less. That's what I wanted advice on. What do you think? Could you guys help me be practical for a minute? Minus the container beak. Nice. Now I got a name for that. A container beak. Ah. No, I appreciate that, man. I really have no desire to go chasing coordinates for anything right now. I mean, when you offer, I go, maybe okay, but really, I don't. No, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. I am, no, I wanna stumble into things. I realized I have no desire to rush into making a big outdoor farm either. Then what am I going to do with my time? If all I do is warp around and just go pick up 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, what am I going to do with my time? I'm trying to use this game as much as I'm just enjoying it. I'm also trying to use it to avoid thinking about things. So, what am I trying to do? Spend less time playing the game? No. So, anyways, that's where I made the 660 million. I was happy running around, going from cactus to cactus to mold to mold to mold. I did drop some bases so we can warp to some spots, but, you know, thinking of it as a kickoff to go do others. Spend time on a planet collecting. So, the advice I'm looking for is on what makes sense. Any thoughts on what's a sweet spot for storage? Do you see what I'm getting at? I am. Hey, Colonel. Welcome. You mean up to 48, don't you? Because this is a B and it's 47. That's why I'm asking. This B is 47. The C's would be around 45 and cost about 60. I guess it's silly. I can afford it now. I can afford the S-Class. I should just buy the S-Class. Oh, something else great happened. You know, we started this save after playing the other one for 125 hours. It wasn't all on stream. About 35 hours of that was on stream. Anyways, restarted, and the very system I started in, no one else had discovered it. I discovered the things in that system, the planets and the stuff on it. Oh yeah, until yesterday, when the planet where our base is on, our first base, was suddenly discovered by someone else. There was a button to hide this discovery. I guess it's not a toggle. I can't unhide it to show you, but it said discovered by anti-hero. Discovered by anti-hero. Well, that's the fucking planet I got my base on. Okay, it's kind of a crappy base. It was our first base. That's the system I spawned in for this save weeks ago. This was settled shit. And there's no, and it's even weirder. So you get down to the planet and you bring up your visor and it still says discovered by you. It has the date and timestamp of the discoverer, even though it's changed. So their system's a little borked. But this planet got a little borked before. It says 10 of 10. If you count the creatures here, there's 11. There's 11, not 10, already discovered. And I never got credit for this. This went gold when I had like 8 discovered. So the planet has been syncing up buggy for a while. But it wasn't until yesterday that it gave somebody else credit with discovering the planet where my base is on. Yeah, I'm a little salty about that. But whatever. So, I guess what the hell, we splurge on an S-Class and we just, what's the rush? The reason I want one at all is because my freighter is, it may not be this moment, but it was getting very crowded. There's only so much cactus flesh, frost crystal, selenium, mold, gamma roots, star bulbs, etc. that you can hold at once. So, I started putting some stuff in other ships. That's why I even have this much room. Started putting metals and things in some other ships. Alright, I'm gonna let this B go. But you see, I mean, it's a lot cheaper. If all I wanted was storage and something that looked pretty good, I should buy the B or the C. I was looking for some encouragement, like, yeah, Jay, that makes more sense. Don't waste your money. You might want it for... But fuck, no, there's, what else are we gonna, what do you spend your money on? There's nothing to spend your money on once you have billions, right? What are you gonna spend it on? So, yeah, I guess I know that this system has a really nice looking hauler, and sit here and give me shit for the nose. But I don't really plan on flying it. I plan on leaving it on the freighter to have nice storage for some of that organized storage. Like I can put 8 stacks, 8 stacks, 8 stacks, 8 stacks, that kind of thing. And we don't have to stay here until it spawns an S-Class. I might come back later, but keep an eye out for it. It'll land as soon as we leave, but that's okay. Yeah, I saw the discovery system in the notes, but in the meantime, Anti-Hero borked my planet. At least he didn't rename it. If they had renamed it, I'd have moved already. Found a nice looking S-Class Explorer, 38 plus 12. Looks notwithstanding, I have seen a couple Explorers maxed out like that. Were you looking for one? Did it just surprise you and you had to grab it? I saw Denso's excited for Spider-Man. Came out today, PS4. Anyone else gonna be checking out Spider-Man? Looking for whatever you were looking, specific one, or just be filling out your ship slots with top tier of each type? What are you up to with your ships? You're a bit salty about them nerfing the portal system. Have they said officially, is it permanent and intentional? You mean the not being able to drop a base on the other side of a portal? What are we talking about? That's permanent, then if you portal somewhere and you like it, you'd have to... How would you even make a waypoint to it if you can't even bring up the galaxy map, right? So you couldn't even make a custom waypoint to then travel back to
I am the
slowly,
very
or...
model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. Proud to be here, Shepard. Thank you for
boy. Well, Anonymous, thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I wish I could have thrown myself into that a little more. Thank you so much. Is there any message with that? It says, look what I found. Thank you kindly. That was most kind. Most generous. I wish I could be better. I could respond better to it. Thank you. Thank you. Good. I am, I guess I really can't handle anything right now. That means positive or negative. I am just thoroughly unable to cope, so everybody knows. Like, borderline not here right now. Really sorry about that. trying to hold it together. Wheat vine cuttings. Half a mil. I haven't said anything officially. Player base assumes it was intentional and permanent. They seem to care that people were using the system to get to the center quickly. Well, yeah. I mean, people might have glyphs floating around that still get to systems near the center in circulation, but by and large, that will stop people from, even if they portal and end up near the center, they're not just going to be able to use that to reach the center. They'll still have to, it'll be a glimpse of something closer, but they'll still have to take the long way. Geez, everybody will have to take the long way unless you glyph. Well, even then, how does that, I mean, that won't even work. That wouldn't even work, right? You glyph to a system near the center. Well, that's near. You still have to warp, and you can't warp, right? So even with glyphs, everybody's got to take the long way. I really haven't thought about it much. I mean, I've heard people talking about it, but I haven't really stopped to think about what it means. What are we doing? Is there some reason to actually go talk to Nada and Polo? What are we doing? Why are we here? What's going on? Who are you people? Yeah, I don't know why they would nerf it. It's there's no dependencies on other players' success or failure for another's. It's like the economy. It doesn't really matter who's rich or not in the game. It doesn't break other players' experience. How was your trip, friend? Tale of wonder. Okay. Anything else you want me to do, Polo? Did your travels help you recover? The data you found on your extreme journey gave me much joy, but it is stained with the trouble it caused. Some new task will refresh us both, yes? Catmasher, do I recommend No Man's Sky to anyone? I recommend it. Not to everyone. I've only been playing it a month, but I have lived in it for the past month. This game was just right for me right now. I don't know. What do you want to know? I like it. I would recommend it to someone, and I would recommend it not to someone else. Depends on who you are. I have something to tell you, friend. Something I should have told you long ago. My friend tells me that they are going to die. That the time of Nada and Polo is coming to an end. They cannot say more. They cannot explain it, but they must say goodbye to all they have known. Grief-stricken, I try to offer condolences, but Polo gathers their composure. They tell me to warp further than ever before, to visit places that no one will ever see again. They tell me to be what I am, a traveler. Hello, Crimson, and also hello, Catmasher. I didn't say hi. Game's very buggy though. Cat, it's very buggy. So you have to have some patience for lots of ongoing bugs, new bugs. There you go, like Chronic wrote. Our time is very close now, friend. Your data would be a comfort. Remind us of the vastness of space, of life. Polo tells me that they are glad I've seen so much with my own eyes. Wonder is a rare but dangerous gift. Polo gives me a new piece of tech to light my way. I'm not expecting much, Polo. Clever. Strong suit, a long life, friend. Friend, you have given me much to consider. Please, I must take some time. Perhaps you might explore a little more, yes? Find interesting stories to tell us? Our home loves to gather stories. You will know when I'm ready, friend. All I ask is that you see sights I cannot. Same thing. Do I want to... At this point, I'm selling the tech modules because I have a stack of them. A couple stacks of them. And the nanites, we have plenty of nanites. So either way, it doesn't... Yeah. You definitely get to the point where a lot of game systems that used to be a kind of big deal, resources and various mechanics, you move past them at different points in the game. There just seem to be things that you don't need to pay much attention to or worry about for one reason or another. It's just, alright, scratch that, never mind that, used to do that. I don't remember if anyone said before, does the base computer archives really just go in 6-hour circles forever? Or does it have an end? I thought I remembered it having an eventual end. We can go do whatever. And, well, I have no plans for, another game, specific game, timing, anything. I think we're getting closer to the point where I will want to feel the need to bring some other game back onto the stream. At least I'll be playing this, I'm sure, off stream, and maybe we can mix it in and have more... like have a day here or two of No Man's Sky, especially if I continue to play it off stream. I think I will. I've kind of been living in the game. But as I reach that point where it's just sort of wander space, get richer, and maybe hunt for cooler ships. Base building, there's lots of stuff to do that's plenty time consuming, but I don't know. I still feel myself drawn to being more goal oriented. I can't help being like, what are we gonna do on stream today? The idea that we might just do nothing, which is, I don't really worry about what my goals are much of the time off stream. I can't get away from that. What are we gonna do next? I don't really encounter that thought much off stream with this game, and I can't get away from that thought on stream with this game. One of the best things about it is not having to do anything, go anywhere. I mean, you can be as goal-oriented as you don't want to be. Check boxes or don't check boxes. Fly off in some random direction. Land on a planet and just walk for 5 hours if you want. I did that for 8 hours yesterday trying to get the Extreme Survival achievement. I had it at 19 souls and didn't understand how it worked and that it had reset. Even though it said 19, it had reset and you couldn't see it ticking back up. So I read enough and then I hung out on one planet. Beautiful planet with hostile sentinels. For 8 hours yesterday. Just running. Took some breaks in caves. Eventually fell asleep. Got attacked by a sentinel, woke back up, survived it. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, good. You can't have my wheat vine cuttings! Never! I don't even know what they are, but you can't have them. That's a lot of concentrated fire. Naps sound good. Almost always. Do naps ever not sound good? They might just sound good 100% of the time. They're gonna be the Darkness 3. I don't know. Does anyone know is the question. Random question. Anyone know if there's going to be the Darkness 3? System have had 5 planets, and I've only landed on 2. Bohoodle. Good name. That it came with. Refreshing breeze is the weather. Oh, nice. A refreshing breeze. Well, where are the other planets? That Bohoodle. Terraforming catastrophe. Whoa, missed it. Missed it. Alright, hold steady. Osweg, thank you for the host, auto host. Prime Beta, decaying nuclear. Not sure I want to land on a radioactive planet right now. I'd rather be somewhere. Radioactive planet when not storming can be pretty though. Desolate. No, not quite that barren. So what did it say about the weather? Nuclear. We don't know what the weather is yet. Decaying nuclear. Let's see just how radioactive it is. If it's storming like crazy, extreme weather, I don't want to hang out there. If it's lightly radioactive, maybe we'll just run around on the planet for a while. Twitch app is being out. Boo! Beta. Okay, that was pretty far out. Far out there. far out there, man. A bunch of small land masses. I've noticed that scanning for a trade outpost, in addition to finding a trade outpost, will sometimes find other buildings. It sends out a more general pulse as well as the outpost scan. Okay. Flying around a radioactive planet at night, finding gamma root spawns and by their glow. I'd rather like that. Last one. Another one. Even with the launch fuel changes, I really haven't found it to be a problem. Just fly around, point to point, run from here to there, then whoa! Fly from this one to this one, and then... Aggressive sentinels. Anything else? Groovy volatile windstorms. Extreme sentinels I will take over extreme storms. Extreme storms that just make it hard to see what's going on are not so fun. Extreme sentinels are just a little bit more pesky than usual. I got the pulse spitter upgraded and I managed to destroy and replace until I had good mods, ones that did not have ricochet and all had damage and clip size and reload time. I like a lot of the, those are okay, those sort of bent wings at the end. There's a series of haulers that have these, like, single metal plates. How best to describe it. But they're not vertical and bent, they're horizontal and just rectangular plates. And I think they look pretty cool on some haulers. I don't know if there are any large haulers that have those on their... Probably there are somewhere. There's a large hauler that has those. How do I like the pulse spitter? It's pretty damn cool. Yeah, here are the mods I got in it. Damage, reload, fire, clip. Same thing. Damage, reload, fire, clip. Damage, reload, fire, clip. So the overall damage boost is not huge. It's 20% ballpark. Bigger clip, it reloads really fast, it shoots just fast as hell. When it's reloaded, and you have ammo. Yeah! Actually, don't have extra stacks of ammo anymore. This won't make you feel any better about the community event, but when I was doing it, and before I understood that it was just counting numbers of creatures you feed and had nothing really to do with the poop you were picking up in the stacks, I had collected thousands, and my inventory was almost full, and I don't know how many I had fed because the counter had stopped at 25, and I didn't realize that was going to be a problem, and I was wasting my time. But there I'm going and going and going, and I've got the same crew of creatures hanging around for a while. We were a team, and then I accidentally hit plasma grenade, and we all died. And after respawning and going to my grave to collect all the hexite that I didn't know I wasn't going to need anyways, all the corpses of all the animals I had spent the past half hour, 40 minutes feeding, they all lay there in this horrible circle of death. And I felt bad. Oh well. was a moment. I actually was, oddly enough, I was recording it because I didn't know how goofy the week 2 was going to be. I wasn't on camera, but I have, I could clip it. I could probably make a clip of it. I was recording the community event in case it bugged out like last week, or just to see what it was going to do. It did something weird. Top 10 anime betrayals. All the little hentai monsters got blown to shit.
Radiation protection.
Sudden death. Sudden death.
Radiation protection. Falling.
I do want to keep checking minor settlements. See if we can find a cool gun. And we have a cool gun, but, you know, gonna look out for another cool gun. Cooler gun. Just alien something. Different S-class rifle with a really cool look. Hey, welcome back. Working better? I hope it's working better. Wish you could specify what you're looking for. Minor outpost. Not transmission tower.
Radiation protection. Falling.
But never, I'll go there anyways. Give me a direction to go in, I'll go. That's what I have a hard time doing on stream in this game, and it's kind of weird. After all the things we've played, different types of games, and you know, there are no rules to what. I want to do something, or if I want to do nothing in any given game, I realize I can set that as the plan. But it doesn't mean it's easy to let go and be like, yeah, we're just gonna do nothing for the next few hours. And I don't speak off stream. I don't sit there playing dozens of hours of this game speaking out loud to myself. I do talk to myself, mind you, but not like this. Very different experience. I hate walking away from a trade outpost when I'm half looking for a ship. It's just the sound of another ship coming in. It's like, oh, I gotta go back and look. Get far enough away that I can't hear it. It's not like that's my perfect ship or anything. I've been thinking about it the past few days that it would be nice to have a hauler on the freighter for organizing stuff. We have one more ship slot, so we could buy it outright. Or if I'm feeling practical, I should trade one of the exotics. Maybe even the one with the tall red wings that fold down. Woody the Woodpecker. certainly know where it spawns. I've seen it respawn there a number of times. It's the system, it's my spawn system for this save. So if I ever really wanted to stock it again, it's also a 15 plus 4, which is, you can get a lot more storage. You can get a little more storage on an exotic. It can go up to 20 plus 6. So it's on the low end for slots, and I don't think I'll fly it. So I'm thinking I should trade it. And then why? Why would I keep that extra ship slot open? Nobody lands on the freighter anyways when you only have one slot open. So what the point would be? If I could buy 2 haulers? Should I buy 2 big haulers so I have lots more room to store stuff? How much of a hoarder do I want to be? Or do I want to go after other types of ships? Or you just got that Explorer. On the last save, that was one of the last things I did. I don't think I ever showed it to you, but I picked up a nice S-Class Explorer on that save. Crimson, for some reason the app kept lagging, kicking you in and out of the chat. Screw it, get your computer, done with it. To do what works. So even with all this game's bugs and the surprises that come with, and disappointments that come with finding out what the new bugs are, or oh, why did my discoveries go away, become someone else's discoveries? I mean, there's, depending on how willingly you can move on, let go, roll with it, it continues to have this endless, it offers endlessness, but you have to be willing and able to handle things that don't work right. Sometimes not knowing what is what. Is this not working right? Or is this working as intended and it's just...
Radiation protection. Falling.
Rarely have I played a game where I was puzzling over what's a bug and what's an obscure mechanic that I don't understand. Wait, did I even go to a waypoint somewhere? I was just using it as a direction to go, and I didn't really care about going to a transmission tower. But somehow I think I cleared it, lost sight of it. Oh no, there it is. That's what I mean. My first week playing this game, if I couldn't find that waypoint, it would have really bugged me. Today, if I couldn't find that waypoint, I think I'm better equipped to say, fuck it. Do something else. Find a different waypoint. One thing this game has no shortage of is waypoints to things. So... crunch. Nine minus. Go in here. Distress signal detected. Okay, if our S-Class hauler is sitting busted in the ground, I'll take it, we'll fix it. It's not gonna be that though. If there's even a ship in the ground when we get there. Traveler. Corvax, Corvax. Kill creatures. No. No, you do it. Why don't you do it? Kill your own damn creatures. We didn't bring the ship, huh? The stress beacon is not nearby. Is it out of fuel? It's great. Great. Alright, well, we're running back to the ship. Why are they attacking you? The planet is hostile. So they are hostile here. Guess that's not enough. Wait. Yeah, starship out of range. You should be able to tell your starship to sell fuel from what's in storage. In its own storage. Really? That way? Nice touch with the cliff. I like it. Should just tunnel through. Fuck it, we're making a tunnel.
Radiation protection. Falling.
We could call a different ship and then fly to the other ship and... But... I'm trying internally to ask myself from one moment to the next. But what would you do if you weren't playing on stream right now? Really make a big deal out of calling another ship because you couldn't call it? I mean, no, you would just take the extra 20 minutes to walk back to your ship because why not? I don't really play this game because one specific thing I do in this game is like, yeah, I want to do that. Just lots of that over and over and over again. I like this game because I can do nothing in it or something. I mean, I can just be in this game and it doesn't really matter what I'm doing. It works. But in 3+ years of streaming, it's also one of the games that's oddly, I'm feels quite different to stream than play off stream. Maybe more so than any other game I've played these past few years. Continues to be true. Just Just jetpacking around feels so good. When it works, when you're not struggling to get up a hill or gracefully landing, but not, and you break your leg. Which is not consequential, but you know, it's crunchy. Falling a great distance, and jetting and falling and jetting and falling, and then touching down gently. That's a good feeling. Crunch.
Radiation protection. 4.
Middle-aged stream. It's for the host, auto host, Jimmy, if you're out there.
Technology recharge.
Chronic, if you're still there, you were asking questions before that I don't think I answered.
Message coming in.
Colonel, thank you for the host. About timers on the extreme survival. You mind asking again? I'm sure I could dig it up. What was your question about timers on the extreme survival? I don't think there's a ship there. Nope. But there's supposed to be. Boundary separation failure. Traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. You can leave, and I think it says anomaly is on the move. Something like that.
Technology repaired.
I've really enjoyed many aspects of this game, one of which is mindless grinding. Being able to not think. Not think, not speak. Just
Radiation protection.
do. Patches, good afternoon. Greetings. You're wondering, say, if you play for 4 hours, save, quit the game, come back later, play for another 4 hours, would it count? Would it refresh? I was afraid to test that yesterday. I was wondering the exact same thing because my game was lagging really badly, and I figured if I could quit and reload, it would be better, but I didn't want to lose hours of standing around on the planet. So, sorry, I don't know. I think, and according to the wiki, which is updated as of 1.55, what will break it is leaving the planet. So, you know, you can get in your ship and it'll pause the timer. You can get in an exocraft and it'll pause the timer. But if you break the atmosphere, that might reset it. even though you don't see it go to 0, so it's really hard to know, other than to go back down and see if it starts ticking up again. So it'd be pretty easy to test if you have a low value. I guess if you start an extra save, watch it tick up on an extreme world, just watch it start ticking, save, quit, come back, see if it immediately starts ticking again. Like, I guess let it count up to a whole soul or something like that, so you can tell if it's going to 0.2, 0.4 when you come back. Now I was afraid to test it because I wanted to get it squared away. Just hoping that would clear. Just wanted to clear it. Jump to new system. I have such a stupid amount of warp fuel. We should just jump all day. Jump, jump, jump.
Station coordinates
Jump.
received.
No, I don't want to go to an Atlas station. Stop. Thanks. Thanks. Let me know when I can have control again. Anytime would be nice. Alright, so instead of following the suggested path to the galactic core, let's use that as a rough example to get us moving in a direction. And then we switch to Free Explore and try to find a system that's kind of in that direction. Sustainable, belligerent, blue. Sustainable, testy. Struggling. Hey, there's an abandoned. That one has an economy but no conflict level. Do you want to go check it out? Just because it has an abandoned system. It'll have an abandoned space station in it. I'm not going to find any cool ships here. Am I playing with a Steam controller? No, it's a Scuff controller. It's like a rebranded Xbox Elite. They put different pads on it and bits and pieces. Quiet here. Poisonous planet. Is this the abandoned system music, or? Oh, we've heard it plenty of times. Ooh, a lost green. All right, well, we're here. Let's land on the lost green. Check out the space station afterwards. Let's try landing in the sun, although it may not last. A day cycle is 15 minutes, so it really doesn't. Whether you land in day or night, you're gonna see both if you hang out for a while. It's a very crowded monochrome with a nice hue in the clouds. Oh shit. Much flying going on here. Let's get above that. They're everywhere. The fingers, they're everywhere. Not gonna be anything here. I found one of the big, this huge ring with a little bit of lore on it, like kind of like an Atlas computer. What are they called? Is it a boundary separation failure? Is that what that is? Found one of those though. I think I have it marked if we wanted to check it out. Inescapable toxins, it says, but Well, I do like the monochrome worlds. There is something here. It's gonna be... Even if it's a settlement, it'll be abandoned. Whatever it is, it'll be abandoned. Should be abandoned.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Hey, thanks for holding still. It's hard to tell because of the color palette. These are kind of oozing. Or whatever it is they're doing. All of them are animated. A little hard to tell. Well, let's check out the abandoned space station briefly. But otherwise, we're just passing through. Yeah, I wonder when they'll do another major sale since they just finished one in their half-off sale. It's only been done for a month, so probably be a little bit before they do another half-off sale. What's the next? Halloween? I mean, I know that's a little ways off, but it is September. Maybe it'll get a sale next month. That's pretty. You keep Darksiders too. Still play it? Yeah, lights out here. Okay, this is It's even darker than usual. Don't they usually have a few lights on, like the red lights? Ah, the one that came in the Humble Monthly. Right, I saw that there. Now that you mention it. But look, there's a little bit of stuff on board the station. Like how the monochrome from the planet we were on is carried over. When the atmosphere of a planet, I think it's a bug, but when the atmosphere of a planet you were on sticks when you come to the space station afterwards, usually kind of annoying. It's cool this time. I like the monochrome filter. Not really a monochrome filter, it's desaturated. Mostly a desaturation. Strong colors still bleed through. Leans towards red here. Yummy. That looks cool in red. Fully functional. I want to get a couple more warp mods for the ship. I've decided I'm fine with using 2 more slots in its general inventory so that we can jump a lot further in one shot. Right now we can go about 300. Bright. All very bright over here. Actually, not that far from the core, only 330,000 light years. How is it that we're even that close? High supply formidable. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Hey, Edge. Welcome. Humid. Frostbound. Sub-Zero.
Hostile scan detected.
Say 3 or 4. 4 planets.
Warning. Threat detected.
I told you, you can't have my weed vine cuttings. We should have sold those already, but... Oh, that's a whole bunch of them. Jeez, you guys. I can't see through all of you guys dying. Yep, I like the way the phase beam kind of goes bloop, 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 bloop when it makes contact. Boop, boop, be doop, boop. All right, we'll find number 4 in a minute. Let's hit the space station.
Hostile ships defeated.
I'm working on trying to max out Explorers and then Merchants Guild. Those are getting pretty close. Well, Explorers is. Merchant has a ways to go. So, first of all, Mercenaries. Knocked it all out. Explorers, getting there. 5 more. Max rank. Merchants, it's gonna be a while. Rah. A mission for me? Wait, bounty. Board hot ice for hunting pirates. Yes, please. Your ship's coming in. I want to go look. Minerals for Explorers Guild. Yes, please. Kill Sentinels. Sure. For Merchants Guild. That'll do. Now let me go see before those ships fly away. Explorer, fighter. Ooh, and a cool looking hauler. Is that a medium hauler? Yeah, that's one of those, that's what I kind of like. Those rectangular, alright, I did not describe the shape correctly, but those plates that they have for wings when they're sort of separate ones. Sometimes there's just one flat, sometimes it's 2 separate plates, but they're not connected and then angled. They're separate flat plates. I like the flat plates. But I'm not sure they're on, I haven't seen them on any large haulers yet that I've noticed. You don't have an exosuit upgrade. I don't need one, we're done buying those, but why would a system we've never visited have no upgrade? Someone get to it first? And pretty sure I don't trust the discovery system, but so hyperdrive S it cool looking fighter. Medium too. gray with a little bit of red. Gunmetal gray.
Warning. Threat detected.
We'll go check the great outpost and see what lands after taking out the bounty target.
Warning. Threat detected.
Roasted! To the humid planet we go. We're gonna take a break soon as well. Smooth rocks. Interesting medium fighter. Those that wing type. I don't know what I think about it. I've seen it a few times and probably get used to it. I'm not looking for a medium fighter, but just curious about what's out there. Popping a squat, or eating, or both. Personally, I don't eat where I shit, but to each their own.
Units received.
Did find some cool caves on that. The planet I was trying to get the extreme survival on had some cool caves. Hey, let's go take a look at Reckless Voice. It's the cargo nose. Storage nose. Orange. Ships in this game wear orange well. Minerals, right? Kill sentinels, scan minerals. For the scan mineral quest, the ones you can scan almost instantly, the dihydrogen type, those count. Let's see if it counted those. Yeah. Now, why do those scan instantly? What is this funky large fighter that just landed? Eagle of Destruction. Yeah, supremely lazy to scan everything you need for a quest without even leaving the platform of a trade outpost. That is supremely lazy. It's also perfectly reasonable. A great way to scout the ships in this system. Do your first few scans. Scan 5 plants, 3 animals, and a bunch of minerals from the trade outpost. Why not? While you're waiting to see what flies through the system. No, you can buy or trade, but you can't steal another ship. I wonder though, what if someone made a mod that turned it, added a little bit of Grand Theft Auto to the game? Wouldn't that be something? Oh no, Crimson, good luck. Good luck, stay safe. You're gonna go see what this hurricane is gonna do when it's supposed to do whatever it's doing. Come back, let us know that you're all right later. I guess you're going to find out. I was going to ask you when it's expected to get to you. I haven't been following. It's going to pick up again? Is that the storm that was weakening but is expected to strengthen again before it gets to you? You too. Well, Crimson. Yeah. What the heck is wrong with your fighter? What is this wing? What is this asymmetrical monster? This is... How about no? I will not fly that thing. It is not a Triumph. That is an abomination. Just so we're clear. I want a hauler. I kind of, not practically speaking, but there it is again. Just thinking about Spaceballs. I was thinking one of the haulers. There are probably a few haulers that look kind of like a Winnebago. It's an extreme sentinel planet. We shouldn't have any trouble finding some. Matthew was a Cat 1. Yeah, this is the one they think might pick back up. Well, I hope it does not. For all your sakes there. Good luck. Teddy bears! Hey, it's another teddy bear. It's a teddy bear planet. Maybe teddy bears. No, is it a turtle bear? Turtle bear. Something. Beaked. It's definitely not a teddy bear. Cute though. And then it has you for lunch. Well, Yeah, I think a bear. That's a bear. What you're describing is still a bear. Go to give it a hug, and then it has you for lunch. Sounds like bear. I also found that for farming star bulbs, rather than planting them, look at how look at how cuprite is the secondary in this bush. On a planet with star bulbs, there are a great many plants that you can just destroy. Now you'll get thousands of carbon. You'll have to destroy carbon to make room, but the stacks of star bulbs build up really fast. It does not take long to get thousands of star bulb from that secondary resource drop. I was a bit surprised. When I actually tried to do it, I thought the drop was going to be so low it wouldn't make sense. It makes more sense than trying to get from node to node, and I guess if you had a good farm setup, that would be better. But the real Joseph, hey, it's been a while. Welcome. Just let us know what ER they take you to. Aww. This can send you get well cards. No ERs. No ERs. That holler climbing. Asbin, you got a new job. Congrats. I hope it's working out. Frogs. So where are all these angry sentinels at? This is the chillest extreme sentinel planet I've seen. It's pretend extreme. Technically, the sentinels are extreme, but they have left the building. They have been deleted from the server.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Hey! Right on. Jesus, thank you for your sub.
I am assuming
They're so extreme they off themselves. That's how extreme they are. Woo, welcome. Cheers to you, the real Joseph. I appreciate that very much. Actually, while I'm thinking about that, and we gotta close in on taking a break. I know we started late, but even so, we've been going about 2 hours. And I kind of just walked in the door and didn't process too much before getting started. Okay, got that. Yeah. Yeah, I like seeing that. Cheers all around. So if you just got here, sorry to take a break on you right as you're getting here, but I think it's a good time, good spot. Go planet. One other thing I noticed, I just want to throw this out there. Besides the planet where we had our first base on this save system I spawned in, somehow having the planet become rediscovered by someone else, it's a nice touch. If you leave network play on and someone joins your game and you're whatever, have fun, which is what I did when someone joined my game the other day and I wasn't thinking about it. Okay, have fun. Started seeing messages scrolling up, killing pirates, but then I didn't realize that when I paused and walked away, and of course it was multiplayer, so it makes sense, the game doesn't pause in multiplayer. So if someone joins your game, be mindful. that the game won't pause. And if you walk away thinking you paused, it's still running. Hazards, sentinels, all still going on this screen if you're in multiplayer and someone joins your game. So I turned network playback off, because that was particularly inconvenient to have someone else make it so that I couldn't pause my game. I don't really care if other people are flying around in the world, although if they get to rename things I've named, that's a little awkward, but blah, 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 bubbly, blah, 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 blah. See y'all in a few.